Hello everybody and welcome back. I am Panda Pops and we are still working on the ramen shop. That's right, we're still working on it, and I have a little voice in my head, aka the Vision X, aka Joseph.
Hello, how are you doing today?
I am good and I hope everybody in chat is doing very, very well. I'm happy. I've got a few days off work, which means I can finally catch up with everything I'm so behind on. So behind. There we go. We got Mammy. I see Mammy in here every week. Every week. But yes, so I was thinking. So I've got all these lovely little ideas from you guys. Naruto Ramen Shop. Yes! I mean, I kind of didn't want it to be that obvious, so I'm hoping it doesn't look exactly like Naruto Ramen Shop, because that might be a problem. But yeah, it inspired by Naruto slash just Japan in general. Let's go with that. We'll do that. Hi, Holly Voxels. Sure. How are you? Inked the Demon. I kind of love that name. Cosmo Grog. I love that. I love everybody's name. Boop Goop. Andy Ritchie. Boop Goop. But yeah, so I was thinking, because the side of the building looked very, very plain, I'm going to make some... Where are they? Lanterns. I'm going to make some lanterns. And we're going to make them, hopefully we'll have time to animate them. It's going to be really simple because the lanterns are going to basically just be copies of each other. So I just need to make one. We're going to make one, and I'm going to move this over here. And so just wanted to show you guys, anybody that hasn't seen, this is the Naruto, this is the ramen stand. Thanks for liking your name, no problem. This is the ramen stand that we've got done so far. I added some rice over here that's been cooked already. We got some noodle slash broth over there. We got our saucepan with some wok. We got a wok over there. We have chopsticks, bowl, rice bowl, water, a chopstick holder, soy sauce, empty bowls, chopsticks, water. Then we got the chairs. Narrowman stand. Yeah, it's a Narrowman stand. I can't, that sounds kind of awesome, doesn't it? And what we did last week, where did that go? What we did last week, I should show you guys because you did. Not everybody was here. Is it? Oh no, where is it? Sign. Oh, okay, so this is what we did last week, where we made the sign. So the sign's going to be completely separate. You don't have a cactus. I don't have a cactus. We missed Panda. What do you mean you missed me? I'm here. I'm right here. This is me. Me. And you get me extra. I'm now streaming for you guys on Tuesday. You get me extra now. But yeah, this is the sign. It's going to be separate because otherwise if it was on the building, and the sign, I don't think I'm ever going to mint, just purely because I would want it to be usable with the building. So I feel like this I will just always keep open for everyone. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's nice. I mean, you could use it if you were making your own, or if you're using it for this one.
But yeah, so what we're gonna do, we need to go over to the modeler. If you guys have any questions or you want to see something, let me know, and I'll try and cover it. I'll write a little note down, and yeah, we'll do some stuff. So we go to modeler, create new asset. So I like to try and keep everything as organized. It's like an organized mess. There's a lot of stuff going on. But, oh no. Say it's an organized mess. Okay, right. We're going to create a new folder outside. Actually, no, you know what? I'm going to do it just here, right? Because that's where the walls are. So, lantern. Go and save it. And I'm going to load my palette, because I have a set one I like to use. Anyone's super cool science. Thank you, Gat. Hello, Cody, and first for life. Yeah, you are always there first. Ah, right, and we still. Do we know if they're going to put a fix in for not being able to see the mirror without holding it down?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that has been a bug that's on the list for sure.
Perfect. Right. Okay, so let's have some colors. So I'm thinking a red or orange. And wait, which red was that? Okay, or a lighter red. Right. So what color? Oh, hello. What color do people like? So we've got number 1, number 2, and number 3. I could do a darker orange as well. Since it's all one piece when minted. Oh wait, are the objects within a scene won't be able to be interactable? Oh, you mean like, can you pick up the bowl separate? No, it'll all just be within one scene, but you'll be able to walk around it. It'll all be one thing. It would be real. I'm a huge fan of clutter items. If I was allowed to just make clutter items constantly, like just a bunch of bowls and, you know, little one-piece objects, I really would, because I think they've really helped make an environment in a game like just slightly more unique. But yeah, everything that's going to be on in the ramen stand is going to just be like, there'll be different animations. So I'm gonna have like cooking animation, over by the stove bit. We'll add different animations. I'm gonna do the lights so we can have like the ramen lights on, have them off, maybe have them blinking. I'm not too sure, but you like 1. I like 1. I like, yeah, I like 1. What is you day? My day is a Monday. I want to say Monday.
Yeah.
Yep, it's a Monday.
It's still Monday. Monday for me as well, but I'm halfway around the world.
You're only like a quarter of the way around the world for me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's just a whole ocean and a whole continent between us, so I you know, I just think about it that, like, when I took that flight to go over there, it felt like halfway across the world, you know?
Yeah,
Like
I get
18
you.
hours, I think, even nonstop.
Well, that's long. 18 hours, wow. Didn't even take me a total of 18 hours to get to China.
Well, you're going with the, I think, with the wind.
with the wind. No,
Yeah.
like
well, like
with the wind. No, I mean total like flight hours on there. That's how they do it, or at least that's how they show it
but
for us.
Like for us, we usually have the jet stream, and like you follow that. And I guess
there we go.
maybe
Cosmo
we're
Grog
going
saying
with
it. Yeah.
yeah, maybe we're going with the jet stream once we got over the Atlantic, but over the mid US, you know, over the whole continent, there's not really. Usually the jet stream goes down to all the way to like Texas, depending on what the weather is, and then comes back up and pushes up towards New York.
That's interesting. I did not know that. I knew about the jet stream. I just didn't realize it was quite like that.
Maybe it was coming back that took longer. It might have been coming back took much longer. I had to go down to Texas and then come back up to Seattle for that.
That look like a lantern to people?
If it had like framing, I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe just like.
Or I could just
lighter.
do, yeah, I could do, or the other idea that I had was I can go for full traditional, which would be a little bit more like Oh, let's take the mirroring off because that's not gonna. Where it's more like one of the. Oh, hello, that's not in the right place. So it'll be more like a square. Oh, yeah, more like a rectangle. And you'd have it being like white paper. Which then I will add a separate bit to make it look like it's glowing. In fact, I could just make two of these, and then people can decide which one they like more. So yeah, this is the other one I would do. So it'd be like that, and then what I would do is get like this as a separate piece. Probably not this bright, but like this is a separate piece that would hide inside, and then when we do the animation to make it light up, this would come out and light it up. Northern Hemisphere going west takes longer, usually, is what Cosmo Grog said.
Yeah, I may definitely be remembering my trip back because I did have a layover in Texas, and I can say that maybe the worst airport I've been in is that Dallas-Fort Worth airport, because in order to go from one terminal to the other, they have you take a train.
Ooh.
Like, it's so spread out. I was like, what? You know, terminal's way over there, and like, here's a monorail train, you know? But
saying that though, I've been to a few places that are like that. It's when we had a not Dubai airport had it, but when we did have a layover in Dubai, we had 1 hour to get from one area to the other, and we were terrified we were not going to get there in time. The FW airport is huge and a nightmare.
Dallas Fort Worth.
There we go.
The airport, yeah. It is huge and a nightmare. I would agree with that. Nothing makes sense. They're just like little train cars that would hold like 20 people that takes you from one terminal to the other, and they're just constantly running. And you don't have to pay for them or anything, but it's super inconvenient, and you know, you basically need a GPS to figure out where your terminal is.
Oh, that's
rather than any normal airport. Yeah, it's rough.
Right, so what one do people like more? Maybe if we change this to a sort of lighter color, but I will also be doing a similar thing where I'll light this one up as well. So that's slightly lighter, or we can go for, nope, I don't like that.
Yeah, chat, let us know what your feedback is on these lanterns. We want to, you know, Panda's working with your interest in mind here.
Yeah, I want to know what you guys, yeah, tell me. Maybe the red part on top of the wooden part? As in you want this on top of this? I don't know about that. Or both?
Tyler says that most big airports need a train from a terminal to terminal. And Tyler, I'm probably blessed then, I think, because I went from SeaTac International, where everything is a walk away, and then I landed in Heathrow, London Heathrow, which is once again essentially just a walk away to any terminal, and it's super nice on those. I like those preferred anyway.
Like this? I don't know how I feel about this. I could do.
I think that looks like the lantern is sitting on a table now.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the idea of maybe doing both. Like doing this, or I could do like a wooden bit underneath this instead of having, no, I still want that to go down. Oh no, not delete.
Well, it seems to me that this red one is more like the paper lantern that maybe you have like a golden dragon on the outside of or something like that. And I know
Yeah.
it's probably a trope, but that's kind of what I'm with that. And I think that for me, the making like darker kind of circles that go around, the outer edges
If
to
the
represent like that skeletal framework that they always have. Because it
yeah.
seems, I mean, I don't know if they
Oh,
do this, where you're familiar, but they almost have that like springy pop up
yeah.
sort of thing. Yeah.
I might not have made it big enough for that. That's the problem. So that's the thing when you work with such small things. It gets really hard to get the detail on it. Hey, what's Reflex? I cannot say your name properly. We're just butchering names left, right, and center.
What X reflex? I think
Yeah.
that's what it's supposed to be.
Say it much better than I do. Oh, I kind of like.
Oh, that's creative. I like that.
Yeah.
What you've done there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Super genius, me.
I think you know what? On that texture, maybe like you see how on the left side you have it going to the right, so that it touches the right edge
Yeah.
in the center line. Maybe instead of going to the right again, you go to the left on the center line.
Like that?
No, the
No.
opposite.
That way.
So like the center line, both of those
This
voxels
one.
go opposite directions. If that makes sense. Okay,
Oh,
it's really hard for me to. Okay, what do you got? You got 6 voxels across. Okay,
1,
so on the
2,
top
3,
line,
4,
it would
5.
be not across, left to right.
This
Okay, you've
way.
got 6 voxels.
Yep.
So I'm thinking, no, yes, no, yes.
No, yes.
Okay.
No, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then on that middle section,
Yep.
it's yes, no, yes.
Oh.
So
Wait. Yes. No. Yes.
okay, so there should be 4 nothings in the middle.
1,
4
2,
no's
3,
in the
4,
middle.
and then one
And
left.
then the one on the outside edges, both of them.
Oh, wait, like that.
And you guys let us know. Let us know. Yes,
Like
that's
that.
what
Yeah.
I think looks nice. I think that looks nice.
That
And
does
it
look
looks
nice.
like a little bit of a, Asian character in terms of like writing.
I do like. Do you know what? I am. What I'm gonna do is the opposite sides are gonna look like that. So that is gonna go over here, and then we're gonna have this one on the other side. I think. So let's just make so that. Am I going to make it glow? I hope so. I hope I can make it glow. What is that? I don't know. I don't know what we're making. It is hopefully going to be a lantern.
Yeah, paper
Hopefully.
lantern
Yeah.
right now. The red space, and we'll see based on your guys' feedback, Antonio, whatever your feedback is on what you think a good paper lantern or other lantern might look like. Give your feedback while it's done live.
Although I wouldn't mind your feedback if you wanted to go, shout at me on Twitter or something. Like, hey, make it like this next time. But yeah, it's meant to be a lantern. The smaller one needs a top like diamond shape. Like, oh wait, no, we're getting rid of this. Sorry, I've got to take this off. I think I am. We're gonna see whether it will look good with 2, like interchanging. But right now, this is what we're making. Mammy, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. But yeah, this is just what we're doing. The smaller one needs a top like the diamond shape. Like this, yeah, that one foot was there. I quite like that. I'm not against that at all. Do you know what though? I think this needs to be a bit darker. What do we think, guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
It looks better though. I think that looks good. What do you guys think?
And then I need to figure out 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so just remember 4. Oh, actually, to make it glow. Actually, no, I could do it on a 4. Is for a game or just for fun? What, like, am I making this for a game? I am. No, this is more like. Oh, wait, no, this was kind of community voted. I put out a poll of a theme, an anime one, and then we discussed a few things, and we went for Ramen Stan. That's what it's called now. Inspired by Naruto. Yeah. Looks good. Awesome. So what I'm thinking is I could do a glow color here and then a slightly glow color in these two bottom corners. I'm gonna hope that this looks good. Now, guys, remember, once you have made your item and it's in, I'm worried that this is going to be far too small, but we'll see. So then we have to trim our volumes, because you've got to imagine this whole box is like an invisible case. So we want the invisible case to be as small as possible, otherwise you're going to have people bumping into your invisible case, and we don't want that. So yeah, we've done that. Also, what I am awful at doing, pivot tool. Get that pivot tool in the right place. So I'm going to do it at 0 because that's the best place. And it should be in the middle. Yeah, because we started. I can imagine that lantern in Minecraft. Thank you. Sorry for your bad English. I understood absolutely everything you said. No worries. Sorry for my bad English. And it's, you know, I can't say stand. Right, we need to do the glow. So one thing I like to do when I'm making stuff like this, and I know I'm making like lots of different parts, is I will try and get them all made before moving them over to the animator. So that's what we're gonna do. Going to go, yeah, and I'm going to, no, ramen stand, there we go. I'm gonna call it glow. I'm gonna call it glow 1, and then quickly go out, create another one, and call it glow 2. You can click the pivot button to get the contextual menu that lets you set the pivot to either the center. Wait, what? How have I not known this? Is that new? Please say it's new. Please say that. Please say that that's a new feature and I've not just been moving it manually the whole time. Please let it be a new feature. It's a bit hidden. Wait, so, well, what do we do? Oh my god! Look at that! It's right there! Oh, guys, just, left click. Oh no, pivot floor, thank you. I did not know about that. We'll pretend that's new. Oh my goodness. Right, so we need it
I
to
thought
glow.
so. Yeah. Oni is secretly one of the developers, I believe, of the app. So I don't know everybody's username on their different social medias, but I suspected as much. Oni says it is new.
It is new. Look! Oh! That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so I did sort of that one, so I'm going to try and do a glow on this. That's my pivot. Oh, I'm checking to see if it's done it right, but I don't need to check because it 100% has. That's beautiful. It's new, don't worry. Awesome. Is there a giveaway? Some Jason guy has asked. Don't
There
know.
will be. There is not yet, but there will be.
You heard it here first. There will be. Just gotta be patient, guys. You gots to be patient. And then you could get a Wizzy. Right, let's see this. There is so much happening in this. Look at all of this. All right, let's just make all this much smaller. Look at all that. Okay, eating bar, that can be the wok area can go down, cooking counter can. Wow. Okay, right. So from the main control node, right, create new, we're going to call it lantern. I think I'm going to make lantern control just so I can have everything come off of that and it can be neat and organized. I like neat and organized. Lantern number 1. And let's see what it looks like. Where are you?
Hello, Senpai Cryptos. See you over on Periscope / Twitter.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, is that actually looks like an okay height, like size, right?
Yeah, I think so. If they had that like little, cabling or power line or something.
We'll put cabling on there. Well, we're gonna have to because otherwise, how is it going to attach?
So I'm thinking that because of how wide it is and the roof doesn't like overhang or anything, that we might need some kind of a hook or something that maybe goes off the wall.
Like comes out. Yes.
Yeah, like an arm that goes out a couple of bottles, maybe pitched at a little angle, 15-20 degrees.
Definitely. Let's just check if we can make this look like it's glowing. I'm going to call it glow 1. Coming off of that. Does that make it look like it's glowing to you?
Kind of, but it is coming out of the... I wouldn't expect it to come out of the darker spot because that's
the
like
the
some
lighter
kind of
spot.
bamboo or yeah, I think that looks good.
Perfect. Right. We'll edit that properly in a little bit. Gotta hide it inside. So if you're making animations and you want something to sort of be coming on and off, make sure you're hiding your pieces inside. Don't be hiding them under the floor. You can. It just looks really messy because when somebody goes to put that in the game, they can see everything underneath. But yeah, try and hide it inside. Is the going to be update to minted assets to version 2? So like a backpack is on back? I feel like that's a question for you.
Yeah, the team is working to update many assets to version 2. However, minted assets may end up being a sort of like super limited collectible level. One example of this that I'm aware of is the boy, I forget the name off the top of my head. It's a gorilla that we sold in before the game maker had released. There was this gorilla asset that you can find over on OpenSea, and now when you put it in the game, it like walks backwards because it was designed before there was before there were arrows or things like that. But because it was minted, it is natively kind of stuck with those attributes now. So I think that, thank you. Huge Stewart was the name of the asset. Thank you, Cosmo. So, you end up with that situation where if it was to get updated, then you go against the idea of a minted asset. You go against the idea of individual serialization. So as an artist, it's important that when you create your assets, you're sure that they're as glitch free as possible in the short and the long term. So all of the avatar stuff that we can update, all of the um, those based on the main character models, the templates therein, they can be read differently so that they can be flipped. But those things that are minted that weren't minted with the default template, I don't think can be fixed. So, you know, uh, the positive thing that I would say about that is that if you own something like Huge Stewart, you've got it today when we're in this pre-alpha period. You've got it, and you've got it 10 years from now when people are all playing the game and they're having a lot of fun, and then they come into your space and they see this Huge Stewart and they're like, what? Like, yeah, it's super rare. It's super rare. It was from the before time. It means you were here before anybody else was. You have this nice exclusive piece that showcases this. Exactly. Sebastian Samboni says, really rare, this digital art. And I would agree with that. That's the way that I would look at it if I had one of those assets. And there have been some discussions about other opportunities for those, V1 pieces that don't work, as you might expect now when we have done this V2 update. But the details of that, I'm not totally sure of, because most of those conversations are happening between developers and artists specifically.
Are you using some reference or just for your mind? From my mind. From my mind. I did that completely wrong. Go back. Why is Control Z not working? No! Okay, right. Just delete that. Oh no, I just deleted. Oh, for. Okay, it's fine.
What?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's absolutely fine.
Some Jason guy says, how big is the Sandbox team and where is it based? So the Sandbox team is getting close to 200 if you include the artists that have been approved for the foundation fund now, and some of our ambassadorship and those sort of things. But the team is based out of many locations. Myself, I'm in the US, but we've got folks in France, in Argentina, we've got people in Japan and Korea and India, and really all over the world, some in the UK. So we're doing things with a fully kind of decentralized team. Yeah, I saw you get happy when I said the UK. But excuse me. Yeah, so we're all over the place, and we communicate, natively, like it's nothing.
You sell that restaurant. I would like to mint it and sell it. I think it looks pretty cool. But it's like you guys all sort of, helped make it. We'll see. We'll see. Right. There. That looks beautiful. I love it. I want to buy my plot. Well, huh? Like, you want to buy the plot you already own, or you just want to buy a plot? I'm so confused. Right. Lantern number 1. Got so many coming off of here.
Colin C says, I'm a CAD animator. VoxEdit seems similar. how is the learning curve if you have 3D experience?
Well,
Um,
wait,
Panda, have you worked with computer-aided drafting software
I
before?
haven't, but well, I use Blender, but I mean, I had never used this at all before I say before I joined the Creator Fund. I downloaded it and did a stream of me using it and learning the tools as my entry into the Creator Fund. So I kind of feel
Oh,
like it would be easy enough for you to like learn. Super easy if you're coming from other modelers. I think it's super easy even like if you don't know anything.
yeah. I mean, I think it's the kind of software where you can kind of poke around and play with it for a little while, maybe an hour or so, and very easily create a character. And then if you enjoy your character, if you like what you're doing, it's nice and easy to take to the next level. It's just a matter of, trying things, playing around, enjoying yourself. And I don't think that you need to have any kind of software associations in order for this to work well. Ironically, when I look at this, like the timeline on the bottom where you can do the animations and things like that, I see that as some of the Adobe suites that I work with regularly, for making, or maybe a video editing software, or audio editing software. It's all kind of similar in that way. So I think it's really quite intuitive to pick up. And Karadatst says it's super easy if you're coming from other modelers.
Right. Now I just want to copy. Oh wait, no, the lantern came off of that. No, the lantern needs to. Where did the lantern go? Of course you're up there. Why wouldn't you be up there?
Buddhist space.
Right, perfect. We're getting it into position now. I want to learn, just need more time. If there is any tutorials you want, let me know and I will make them. I made a tutorial on how to unlock the templates. I've made other beginner guide tutorials. There are a few other tutorials. I think Alex, he's made a few, hasn't he?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
there's
Alex's tutorials may be from slightly older versions now. This VoxEdit software is constantly being updated, and it is not quite in version 1.0 complete state. So just keep that in mind that some of these will update over time. But your feedback matters. So if there's something you have in mind that might make using this tool easier, let us know.
And that reminds me, now that I know about that pivot little thing, I can make that into a little mini, hey guys, look at this, just to help you out.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, quick, 1 minute video. It'll probably be more of an introduction. Like, I'll be spending more time introducing the video than I would be, oh yeah, look at this cute little feature.
Yeah.
Can you speak Spanish? Hola. You're welcome. Gracias. Paella. Uh,
So I used to
no.
work in the customer
See.
service industry
Okay.
for a while. I used to help people set up their cellular phones. So there's one phrase that I'm very familiar with, and that is "Para español, primero el dos." So for Spanish, press 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I understood you were saying Spanish, but that was
Mhm.
it.
Let's see here. Sebastian says, "How does it work? I buy my plot of land and value it by creating restaurants and buildings in general. Is it a way to invest in crypto? I don't quite understand. Okay. Sebastian, if you buy a piece of land, you can make any experience you want on that land. If you want to make a game or an art showcase or anything that you can come up with in your mind, that's all good. You can create that. Okay. Um, and if you don't have an idea for what to do with your land, you can always go onto our Discord. We have a dedicated group for bringing people together who own lands that maybe want artists or game creators to work on that land. And then you could possibly, if you do charge a fee for people to come into your land, you could possibly profit share with those artists or creators by renting to them, and then they do the charges. But those processes are still in the works for renting lands. So just keep that in mind. And then Web3 asks, when can you stake sand in land? I believe that feature is planned for when, or just a little bit after the release of Layer 2 integration. And we have a lot of subsystems that are being made right now with Layer 2 integration. But the public release, the announcement that things are Layer 2 won't come out until everything is. So there are some things on the back end that are already working with that and some that are not. So just keep in mind that that will be a coming soon feature.
I'm just going to answer to Seth's question about, so you've made a sword in VoxEdit, but when you go to incorporate the VXM into the animator, the location of the sword is way off. So one reason why will be to do with your pivot. So when you're in the modeler, click this little button down here, and it will show you your pivot. You will want it toolbar pivot. Well, you can move it directly. You always want that on 0, and then you will want it in the middle. But also, if you're making a sword, you will want the handle to be placed directly in the center of the animator, like directly in the center where this arrow is. You will want the handle directly here. What you can do as well is there are templates for the sword. You can open up a template for the sword by just going over to templates, and it's blades. You can open this up and you can fully edit this. I have turned purple again. There we go. You can edit it that way, and then it will be right. You will just have to move about some of those pivots to get it lined up correctly. But definitely check those pivots, move it about to get it into the right place. But yeah, I would suggest maybe play around with the templates first to be able to get where the pivots and everything need to be. But yeah, in the modeler, make sure it is centered. The only time you don't really need it centered is if you're making a painting or something that's going to attach to a wall, or if you're making an animation. And for example, I did one of a key turning. So you will want the pivot to be where the handle of the key is, because that is where you would turn an object. So just think about where things would naturally be moving, and that is where you would want the pivot if you're making an animation. Or just static things, center it.
Okay, Stephen Loose 7 asks, in VoxEdit, will templates be unlocked? Oh, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I've done a video on how to unlock templates. You can unlock them yourselves, and then you need to make sure you lock them back up. But I've got a whole video on unlocking them. Plus, if you go back numerous weeks, I do a whole video of unlocking it live as well. But yeah, is that something you're going to make so people could just click unlock, or is it going to just be you got to do it manually with the Notepad++?
At this time, I'm not sure about those changes, but that would be a question for only if he was still in the YouTube chat, but I don't think that he is at this time. Maybe I can ask that in one of my upcoming meetings. I can make a note of that. And then, Sebastian, when you're creating an account, depending on which of those three choices you are making, you are also creating a cryptocurrency wallet, which allows you to be sure that any money that you own, whether it be Sand or Ethereum or other kinds of cryptos that run on the Ethereum ERC20 token group, that's your money and it's never in our hands. So if you have some Sand, okay, Oni says it's not supported officially. That's why it's not a button on the UI for the unlocking of the template.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Sebastian, the one on the left is for a wallet called Bitsky. The social logins in the middle will give you an Arcane wallet where you can go to app.arcane.com and it will allow you to log in and see what money you have in your wallet there. And then the one on the right is for the MetaMask wallet, where you can sign in if you're familiar with crypto and you've done that before. So the important thing to understand is that all of the crypto related transactions that you're going to make, let's say maybe you just play the game when the game goes live and you're playing and you're earning Sand tokens. That money, once again, is yours and it's stored in your wallet and it never is in ours. So that gets sent straight to you. So let's see here. Oni says that the idea of templates is that it guarantees that an asset has a set of animations that look good, which is good for buyers of the assets. So it's if you want to make your own assets with your own animations, you can absolutely do that right now. You can do that without having to unlock the templates. You can create your own animations. We've seen this from artists all over the world already. But if you want to create something that is based off the templates and then slightly modify them, then the tutorials for unlocking the templates may be useful to you. Some Jason guy asks, when is the game expected to go live? The game is expected to go live this summer. We have kind of an open-ended time frame on that because we are taking community feedback and applying it directly to each one of our updates, each one of our features and that sort of thing. So we very much try to be attentive to what you guys have to say, the features that you're asking for, and try to apply those.
I've not rotated that quite right. Do you know what I've done? I've been so silly. I did all of these and didn't do any of the glow parts. So now I've got to go through every single one of these. I did so well. I made one and duplicated it all the way across, but did not have any of the glow sections inside it. I got too excited about getting the lanterns out. Do you have an example created by the Sandbox? Someone's asking.
What sort of example are you looking for? And while we wait for that question to come back through, I've placed a form inside the chat. So if you want to be eligible to win a Wizzy the Blue NFT asset that is exclusive to these streams, feel free to fill out this form. And you can only ever win once. So if you have won before, just keep that in mind that you would not be eligible. We have a list that is updated regularly, and there will only ever be 200 of this asset minted. We have so far given away over 80 of these, maybe 90 now. So they are running out, and they will run out soon.
They're not allowed to run out. I still haven't got one. They can't run out.
Web3 asks, will land sales finish before the launch or continue after? So Web3, we intend to have land sales continue through the, I believe, early part of 2023. So we'll be releasing them in small chunks, similar to what our land sale was this last week. So just keep that in mind. Ross Guru, yes, I know. You may have noticed I mentioned in the past that the distribution on these Wizzies, if you do win, is essentially based on what gas rates are at any given time. And ETH gas fees have been very low this week, like astonishingly low compared to what they've been recently in the last couple of months. So Alex was able to start distribution on, I think we had a backlog of almost 2 weeks worth of Wizzies because the average gas was something in the ballpark of like 200 and it had gone down to less than 30 for quite a while. So very good luck on that. And we were able to get everything out without costing Alex a ton of money.
I know, it's nice when gas is so low. Right, there we go. I've done a little change to the glow to just make it easier. So I've made it so both of these are there. Instead of it being 1 and 1, I've done it so it's double. Because nobody's going to be running into that invisible box. So that's why you answered Ross Guru, because his Wizzy turned up in his wallet. Yep. But isn't it special day in America? I mean, we've got UK bank holiday today, but I don't think it's for anything. Don't you guys like Memorial Day?
Yeah, Memorial Day in the US. I'm here for you. I'm here for you guys on this stream today. But I definitely took the day off for this day. I come from a military family, and that is the focus of Memorial Day, is to just remember those folks who serve their country and potentially, I don't know how to put this, passed in doing so. So
that's nice.
Yeah.
Right, so we got glow. But yeah, I mean, I was at work today. When you work in a pub, they don't usually let you have bank holidays off.
Yeah, you're not getting a bank holiday at a pub now, because all the bankers gotta have somewhere to go, I guess. You know.
Yeah, all those business office workers, they gotta go somewhere. But yeah, no.
Yes, Cosmo Grog. I'm sorry, asks what the address is for NFT claims again. Just type nft.sandbox.game. So if you were eligible for those, then you will find on the link for each in the bottom right, I believe, of that page, there will be a button that says claim. If not, it's okay. It just means that you weren't eligible for that reward when it was issued.
Would I be able to use a Wizzy in the game? Yes, you will. Yeah?
Yeah, we've seen Wizzy used in a few games so far, even in the last couple of game jams, because we've been doing Wizzy distribution for quite a while, but it is still super limited. I saw it in, I think, 2 games out of the 40 where we had a game jam in the last one. And one user also had a Wizzy that we gave out that was exclusive for a Christmas time stream. We were doing a live stream around Christmas and we gave away a Santa Claus Wizzy where we reskinned him, sent him all up in his Santa suit. And somebody had their regular Wizzy transform into Santa Claus Wizzy and then transform into something else. And it was like every wave of combat with this character, it would change into something else and be like, I was actually this the whole time.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I've done this wrong. Right, that's... Got 2 there, that's why. Okay, right. You... Go away. Don't need you there.
I can answer this question,
yeah,
Steven, because I get this question all the time. What's the copyright policy for partnership assets in making your own games? So if you own an NFT that we have partnered with as the Sandbox game, You can use it however you want in your game. They kind of come in with the knowledge that you can freely use it in your game however you want. And that said, the other side of that coin, if you were to try to or want to create a copyright protected asset, just keep in mind that you cannot do that without the authority of the original content creator. Okay. So if you can produce documentation that shows they're all cool with and on board with you creating exclusive copyright protected content, that's great. One example of this is I have been approving arts for the Game Jam, and we had a user who submitted this like Pac-Man Ghosts asset that I had to message them and say, hey, this looks exactly like a Pac-Man ghost in 3D. And they even made it in like all the colors that Pac-Man ghosts would be. And I had to say, like, we can't do this unless you have expressed consent from, I think Activision owns that IP right now, and I'd say, like, if you can get that, that's great. If you can get Nintendo to agree to allow you to put Mario in the game, then that's great. You could create that NFT, and I'll bet you could sell it like hotcakes.
And then let us all know the secret of how you managed to let Nintendo do that, because
for sure,
everybody will want to know.
Yeah, literally major game developers would also like to know, because Nintendo is very serious about their lockdown for copyright content, which is why I use them as the example, right? Because they're one of the most popular, whether it be the Pokemon company or any other that kind of like to protect their intellectual property. So there we go. Stephen Luce says, I'm dropping 1,000 Smurfs in a game and I'm setting them to Predator mode. Do it. They're going crazy.
Please do. Okay.
So Predator mode, if go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
you go.
In the Game Maker, which we showcase on Saturdays, and in the games that you may see on Wednesdays, Predator mode means that an asset may be actually like hungry and try to seek out prey assets or player assets and attack them until they are satiated. So if you have 1,000 Smurfs, unless you had 1,000 deer assets or something like that they could go be a predator of, they will continue to attack until they are satisfied.
It's so creepy. Until they're satisfied. Crazy. Crazy Smurfs.
Yeah, the Smurfs can't be satisfied. You know what I mean? They're gonna get you. I'm just kidding.
Oh, Nightmare in Smurfville.
It's such a nice and innocent IP. I feel bad for saying that, Anyway, what were you gonna say just there, Panda?
Do you know what? I forgot. My mind went blank. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the lanterns. There we go. So I won't be able to animate them because we saw this issue happen before when I made the computer, which was I made some animations and then I started adding more stuff and then made more animations, which meant that the previous animations didn't have the same stuff. They all automatically go to 000, the center of your build. So
yeah.
I kind of, before we get really into the animations, I kind of just want to show you this. I feel like Furbies are always in Predator mode. I love Furbies. Oh, what was that film that was on? It's an animated film. I tweeted about it, and it is really good. And they had Furbies in it. It was a very good film. Oh, what was it? It's going to do my head in.
I would agree that Furbies are always in Predator mode.
Heck.
It was really weird when at like 3 a.m. you're just laying in bed and it was like, wow. And you're like, whoa, oh, guy, calm down, like trying to sleep over here. and then it starts to learn in
Oh,
time. I didn't
yeah.
like that at all.
Did
At
you
all.
not? I spent
No.
I spent my entire so I had a Furby for ages, barely did anything with it, and it would make all the weird
Mhm.
sounds and everything. And I got chicken pox. Was off school for 2 weeks. I spent the whole 2 weeks trying to teach that thing how to talk.
Mhm.
Did it learn to talk properly? No, it didn't. But I loved it. I loved it. Oh, I miss my.
Yeah, I always thought it took like months, and it never really learned to talk, I think. It was just so much that like if you said things that it was already programmed to supposed to be able to say, then it would say it like hi or like, you know, morning or whatever.
Yeah.
Um but the new Furbies are better. They made a new version like 4 or 5 years ago, I think, that works a lot better. The only thing that I didn't like was that, from what I recall, and I could be wrong about this, but like the eyes were like they had little LCD screens for them. I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
look it
I
up
didn't
now.
like that. No. Yeah, I remember them bringing that out. What is that film? Great animated film. Yeah, that is exactly what it's called. Great animated film. Oh, Marshall's vs. the Machines. There you go. You said it. I missed that bit. Marshall's vs. the Machines. Watch it. It's on Netflix. Watch it. It is such a good film. It is so good. Cody, you're a star. Absolute star. All I needed to do was say it was animated, it's recently come out, and there's Furbies in it, and someone automatically knew. Cody, you're my people. 100%. Uh, yeah, what do we think about the lantern? Do we like the glow? I want it to just have, like, that sort of slight hue to it. I don't know, maybe we should add a little bit more.
Cosmo, I'm actually not the expert on that Discord hunt specifically. There is a guy named Nick who
Is it
works in
Mitchell?
our marketing team that specifically handled that. Um, Mitchell's versus the Machines. Is that right?
Oh yeah, it is Mitchell's versus the Machines. I just went on Netflix. Pro right now. Yeah, Mitchell's versus the Machines. There we go. Steven's my people too. Thanks, Steven. Is new to the project are the Sandbox, Whizzes, and other NFTs available on OpenSea or Rarible, where I can check them out. If you would, I mean, some people are reselling them on OpenSea, but if you wanted to support the people that are currently selling them, the artists, go to sandbox.game, and I'm pretty sure I said that correct. Yeah, because I know I've said it many times incorrectly. And go to go to market, and you can click for sale, and they are all on here. Look at that. There's cool Converse right there. Little ghost. That's adorable. And oh, we want to go to page 3. So yep, guys, you want to go to page 3. And right at the top of page 3, there's an ice totem. There's still 9 of them. There's only going to be 9. And you can pick that up. Like, I mean, if you want. And then there's also this guy right here. Plug. Plug.
He's made by you.
Yes.
Nice.
But no, there's a lot
Okay.
of good stuff on there.
Yeah, for sure. And Joe, it's also important to understand that OpenSea lists essentially everything that has ever been minted inside of its approved categories. So for the sandbox specifically, you should be able to find each and every one of those arts, but not necessarily would they be available. So if they aren't currently available, you can put in a bid for them there, and it would just be open ended. And if somebody agrees, then they could, sell it out to you. And it's the same thing with the Wizzies and other NFTs, of course. I think the current rate for a Wizzy the Blue NFT is 0.1337
Are you looking
or
that up?
0.01337. No, I just know it off top of my head, honestly. because Alex shared a tweet about it the other day, having a laugh that it was leaked. But
There's
the
one up at 0.15.
oh well, there we go. So the 1337 must have been
Right.
sold out, and the price is going up a little bit. But
Yeah, I think that's the only one up for sale recently. That's recently sold, and that's the only one there. No one else is selling them.
oh well, they get bundled inside each other. So all the Wizzies of
Okay.
Blue will be sold inside there. If
Of
you were to
course
click
they
it,
do.
you can see it there.
There you go. Sold 0.145. One sold
Yeah,
at 0.13337.
Yep.
One sold.
And you can see on the left there in that section what they are being listed at if people are willing to sell them. So you can see there's some for
look at that.
0.15, 0.16,
Oh,
0.221.
0.24, 0.25. Wow.
Yep. So,
you
know, everyone has their different versions of value for these assets, but for the most part, they got nice, strong valuation. Web3 asks, will the land booked by the sandbox always remain sandbox land? The answer is no. We fully intend to distribute that land over time. Some of it will be through smaller partner sorts of exchanges. Some of it will be through foundation fund exchanges. Some of it will be bigger partner groups. Those things obviously aren't announced yet, deals not signed, that sort of thing, and things so far off in the future that we're not even really worried about it at this time. So, first thing we want to do is fill up the map. And along the way, we'll probably give away a bunch of those one by ones to Foundation Fund members to get your games. If you have a great game idea, you can pitch that to us and maybe earn one of those lands. And then you'll have kind of curated attention to help create that game experience. At the opposite, currently, all of our game creators are making games inside of that 0-0 sort of space for the sandbox as part of our preseason 0 test. So we will be using all that land or giving it away to people like you.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we're at the end, aren't we? We've run over. This always happens. I don't think I can ever keep it just to an hour. Never does it just stay
That's all
to
right.
an hour.
I'm gonna do the giveaway here really quickly.
Oh yeah, we've not had a winner.
There were 54 entrants today, and I rolled a number 16 in my RNG. So this one, over on Twitch.tv. Forgive me, I'm not very good at pronouncing this one. Zenya Vakarchuk. Hopefully, I got that close to right.
I feel like you've done a better job than what I would have done, because I would have pronounced the Z. I would have gone Zenhenya. So I apologize. Person's name that sounds Russian and very cool.
Yeah.
You get a
congratulations.
You get a Wizzy. You get a Wizzy. Everybody doesn't get a Wizzy unless you win.
Only the people who were there that one Christmas Eve day. I can't remember. I think it was like the 10th. We will be doing, for those who are new, we will be doing distribution for a few more of those Santa Wizzies this holiday as we do the remaining Santa Wizzies. You still
have Santa Wizzes? I thought they
I have 10 in my account specifically for a charity auction event because I want to be sure that we can raise money for children in need around Christmas time. So that was my idea. Last Christmas, it was pre-planned to do it for this Christmas. Of course, that's still 6+ months away. But there's also some in Sebastian's account to do those individual auctions as well. So
that's awesome. Yeah, I say I don't have a Wizzy. I do have Santa Wizzy, but I don't have a Wizzy the Blue. And I'm a completionist. I need to complete things. But anyway, guys, well done on that. next week. In fact, I'm going to give you guys the choice. I know that we are going to make me as an avatar chef that's going to stand in this corner. We've done the lanterns. I quite like the lanterns. We could still edit them at a later date, but that'll probably be off stream. So what do you guys want me to make next time? Do you want me to make the rack of utensils, a poster of employee of the month? I feel like I can do a few of these in one stream of me just creating random bits. Bonsai tree could be a bit hard. Mousetrap. I wasn't too sure about putting mousetraps inside. Fridge with drinks. Oh, we could do that. What do you guys want to see next week? I kind of like all of these.
Stephen Luce, just to clarify, we did want those Santa Wizzies to be limited to just those people who were there on the live stream, plus these additional, I think, 20 or less of the Santa Wizzies. So it's not going to be a large distribution. It will still be a super limited event to make sure that we can generate a decent amount of revenue for the charity that we do.
Super limited. Premium Santa Whizzes. Right. We do need to finish. A little frog statue. Maybe, because we do need something like maybe by the corner. I love that idea, Cosmo Grog. I love that idea. Anyway, let's finish up for today. Don't forget that if you want to catch Sandbox doing Game Maker thingy-majigs, they're here on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and you get to see Joe's face. Whereas I don't have any. Crash Bandicoot's too far away from me. Do you know what? You can't see that. This is Joe. He is Pokemon. Here's a pack of Pokemon cards. There we go.
I'm the whole pack. I'm the Pikachu that's completely black because it's being canceled out by the green screen effect.
I know, but like that makes no sense because like Bulbasaur,
he's actually green.
Yeah.
And your Pikachu is yellowish. Yeah.
Weird.
Crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, have a good afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. See you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.